How does PG network booting work for us? Have you ever wondered how computers can boot up their operating systems over a network? This is where Pre-boot Execution Environment, or PG, network booting comes into play. Let's break down how this process works in a simple way. When you turn on a computer, it first runs a program called Basic Input-Output System, or Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. This program is responsible for starting the PG boot sequence. You might need to press a specific key, like F12, to trigger this process or set it as the default option in the settings. Once the PG boot sequence starts, the computer sends out a request on the network asking for an Internet Protocol address. This request is sent to a server called the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol Server. The server responds by giving the computer an Internet Protocol address and also tells it where to find a trivial file transfer protocol server and the name of a special file called the network boot program. The computer then uses the trivial file transfer protocol to download this network boot program. This program is small but essential for continuing the boot process. Once the network boot program is loaded, it usually loads a boot image or environment into the computer's memory. This could be something like Windows pre-installation environment or a Linux installer. After this, the computer can either install the operating system from the network or run diagnostics. PG network booting works with both Basic Input-Output System and Unified Extensible Firmware Interface systems, though there are some differences in the files they use. For example, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface systems use FIBoot files, while Basic Input-Output System systems use COM or N12 files. This method is particularly useful in office settings where many computers need to be set up at once. It allows system administrators to install operating systems without needing physical storage devices. This means they can automate installations, recovery, or diagnostic tasks. PG network booting supports various operating systems, including Windows and Linux. However, some systems, like Apple macOS, use different network booting methods. In summary, PG network booting is a streamlined way for computers to load operating systems over a network. The process involves the computer starting its boot sequence, requesting an Internet Protocol address, downloading the network boot program, and then loading the operating system or installer from the network. This method saves time and effort, especially in environments with multiple machines.